So just how have the new master deck sets been doing? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So how have these new master deck sets been doing? Because, these are designed as an opportunity for you to be able to jump into the game. Konami or Bushiroad said, hey, let's make something that players can actually push into and have actually be pretty decent. The Hikari ones are $80 a piece. Now, we do have a listing for the Elementaria here, $105 for a Holo Elementaria, which is way more than I would ever want to pay for one of these, but I digress. I guess the point of having these on the market is, you can see them, but between this and the triggers, you're rolling for that rarity upgrade anyway. Protection Twincast coming in about $10, and it looks like the Elementarias are getting wiped off of the market here, which is kind of crazy, actually, because I can't imagine wanting to spend a good chunk of money on one of the commons, but all right, so these are coming in at 5s, 3s, the Dragon's $1, Odium's $1. I think I'm just more impressed with how this set is doing. PGs are still like 50 cents, but there's really, to justify the price point that this thing is, it's just very expensive for really no real reason for what's available to it. We also have the Master Deck set Erika. This one, sorry, I just saw the $250. That's crazy. You can get these for $77.80, but I'm not spending $250 for this. Humble Hero, I think you guys need to humble yourself with getting a correct price check when the market is $65. These PGs are coming in about 15s, which is interesting. Looks like the Gwebly Ellises are coming in at 3 to 4. Elementarias at 2, or the Lilia Amortas are 2s. Gradiuses are 2s. Yeah, this is kind of impressive, honestly, because this deck set's a lot worse than the other one. And for some reason, you're seeing more of an emphasis on these holos, I guess. We'll talk more about like the promos here in a little bit, but I wanted to go into premium deck set Harry. Now, we did get the new Night Rose support yesterday, which has kind of sparked up some interesting discussion in Standard. But looks like these are $94, basically. What is this? Stride deck set Harry. Why are these $35? Am I missing something? Sleeves only? These are actually the cheapest deck sets I've seen. These are $35. Shucky darn. The Crush Generator's $11. Okay. The Token Rare Crest is also $9. I think a lot more people bought these two deck sets than previously, which really helped push them up. But that's kind of impressive, honestly, that these are so cheap, but these two failed to hit the mark in the meta the way that the others did, because Bushi kind of did the obligatory power down. Now, we're going into the next block. We're cranking it on up. Straight deck set Night Rose, on the other hand, $205. Yeah, these are a little bit more money. I will tell you, though, Parting Shade JP, English Parting Shades, though, are $40. Which is crazy, because one of these is pretty much the cost of the deck set still. And there's 3 here you can actually get for that price point, which I guess is fine. The Night Rose is coming in at 3 still. Gustions 3s on the PGs, which I prefer those Gustions. Honestly, these are wonderful PGs. They very much fit the theme of Night Rose, which is kind of nice, actually. Marauding Shade coming in at dollars. I mean, I'm not seeing anything really too crazy here. This just looks like standard Night Rose shenanigans. Okay. Gear Parrot. So we've had a lot of people testing Gear Chronicle with all of the crazy new fun support, and I gotta tell you, it seems like a pretty good strategy. Like, I'm not going to say or doubt any of that, because it's pretty good. But there's a lot of discussion on, how many of these do we need to push into the deck, what's going to be the appropriate numbers. And it's just been a decent discussion, but I mean, like, These are $5 right now. Moving on along, which is not terrible. All right. There's also Chronos Command. So there's been a discussion about, do you want to play this in the Chronojet icon deck? Because, I mean, the minute you turn into this, you no longer have the Chronocon. But that's fine, because you're doing this in a situation where your board has turned absolutely terrible. You know, you have to make that compensation to make the game plan actually work, and these are $29 a piece. You know, Chronojet's the first one to truly break the mold here and to push the boundary of, hey, you know, we actually need access to the full 16 card G-Zone. You know, I don't think you're going to make 4 Chronos commands in a single game, but gosh darn it, the fact that you can do so is pretty good. I will say, though, the rest of these Chronos commands, like, obviously the top end's stupid bonkers, batshit crazy, but, like, when you get down here, obviously the FFRs are a little bit toxic, but these being $29, I love the market price down here at $16, by the way. And then obviously, you know, have we had sales of this? You had a couple go at 30s. So there's some very interesting Chronojet hype right now. But this is what happens when Bushi can just make stride decks in standard and just print revolving cards for them. You know, it might be turn 4 by the time you're getting that Chronojet online in certain matchups, but you know, that's fine. Your job is just to be able to, you know, kind of rotate through the door here and be able to control the opponent, which is fine. Now, D-Series promos. I want to say a couple things about these right now. The top end of the market is going to look way different than the low end of the market, obviously. Did somebody actually buy a now recently? No, it doesn't look that way. I just see that we had market data for that. That's interesting. These divine skill crits and things like this, these are nice, but they're what, like 1 per 12? So I mean, I see why these are expensive. The appeal fennels are still 175. Boulder axes really haven't recovered. The Auroras, I mean, these got wiped out. If you're really worried about some of the crits in their current state, they're probably going to face the same thing here in the future. The Sianas, these are 90s, man. For the grade 1s, that's crazy. Gurquetzalcoatl, I mean, 68. Taizos are gone. That's surprising to me. That is actually crazy to me to see that gone. But that's what happens when the market does the market things. Days of Training, Lascaria, these are 100 plus now. Just looking at your top end of prices, it's all expensive FRs that didn't really exist as it was. We do have a few Persona Shield tickets, but like, they're one and done. Obviously, go on eBay. You can find them much cheaper. You just have to know where to look. Look, Hikari, these are 50s for a front trigger. I'm not going to spend that much money. These are 70s. Baldy's getting bought out right now. That's kind of crazy, actually. These are still 50s for Defensing Roar Hollows. You know, maybe someday we'll see those. Okay, I wanna see actual, like, best-selling here. What's going on with this? This tells a different story all the time. Well, the Knight of Severity, these are getting crazily taken off the market. I can't say I'm surprised about that. Scarlet Flames are still 75. Gosh darn it. Silver Keys are still 35s. Hollows are 3s. Your Dancing of the Night Rose of the Nether Hour, yeah, these have gone up. You know exactly why these have gone up. It's so freaking crazy to see. Like, that Night Rose hype is insane. Stealth Dragons, these are 12s. Ew. Those are expensive. These are also still like $8 to $10, but I don't think these will work with the icon deck. I mean, if they do, sure, but I just don't think it's going to be realistic to expect some of these things to actually work. Your Best Harvest are also kind of up right now. I don't know, I'm just kind of impressed. Promos are always a major conversation piece in this game because they're so terribly done. And that's always going to be a case of, this is crazy, I can't believe that, holy crap. And it's just another day in the office for the market. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCool40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcoolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.